Hey everybody, Carrie Barnum here for New Shelves Books, and I am bringing you another update for Amazon Publishing and KDP. Now, this specific update has been kind of making its way around Facebook groups and forums for authors, but unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation. So, what am I talking about? I am talking about the new scheduled launch option in most KDP accounts. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been calling it a new pre-order option, and that is incorrect. So what we're seeing is that this scheduled launch option has been in beta testing for about a year. However, beta testers got a notice just this week saying that beta testing was done. So we expect to start seeing this feature rolling out in most KDP accounts within the next couple of weeks. I've already seen it in some of the accounts I work in. So what is allowed is a KDP scheduled launch, meaning you can upload your files and choose the day within 90 days you want your print book to go live. That means that you don't have to wake up on pub day and hit the publish button to make your book go live. However, this is not a pre-order because the sales page will not go live until your launch day. So there is some confusion here about the difference between the scheduled launch, which is what is rolling out, and a print pre-order, which is not something Amazon offers at the moment. Let me show you what this looks like directly in a KDP account. So when you see this show up next time you're uploading a print book, you know what it looks like and how to handle it.
Okay, so when you come to set up your paperback, here you can see paperback details, the first screen. All this is the same. Book title, series, author, contributors, all that stuff is the same. We've already talked about this, how the adult content question has become primary audience. So no longer are they asking if you have adult content or not, but they're asking if you have sexually explicit images or titles. This is mostly just erotica. So if the answer to that is no, you choose no, and you don't go in Amazon's dungeon where you can't get searched by certain accounts. So most of us will end up choosing no for this. You can choose a reading age, but that is optional. We've already gone over categories. Again, this has changed in the last couple of months as well. Now, keywords, I will take a moment to just mention that what we are seeing is that because the category changes have gone into effect and Amazon reserves the right to change your categories at any time if they believe that it is to the benefit of the user experience. And one of the reasons why they may change your categories is if your categories do not align with your metadata keywords. So it is now recommended that you choose some of your keywords here, your search metadata keywords, that you are choosing them to hold up your categories. So you'll notice here, this one, Dungeons and Dragons. We also have Dungeons and Dragons and D&D here in our keywords. Same thing for fantasy, epic, that kind of thing. So that is something to kind of keep in mind when choosing your metadata keywords, that at least 3 or 4 of those keywords should be holding up your categories if indeed it's a really good fit for your book. Obviously, this is not finished being filled out, but I wanted to show you guys this, which is still showing in beta at the moment. However, we do expect it'll be in most accounts soon. And here it says publication date and release date are the same. This is what you would choose if you want to do what you've always done, where you set up your book and when you hit the publish button, it goes into review and then goes live. My book was previously published. So if you do this, it means that you cannot set your book for a pre-order or a pre-launch. I'm sorry. So this is essentially if your book was already out and you're just updating it, if you got your rights reverted, something like that. But this, you have to put your live date. This one to me is kind of confusing because it doesn't really specify. It talks about if you get your rights back, but it doesn't necessarily talk about if this is the second edition, something like that, which if you get your rights back, most of the time you're getting your own ISBN and getting your rights back. But anyway, most of you, if you've just want to click and have it go live when you're ready, you're going to do publication date and release date are the same. This also is what I have used in just the past couple of days for a book that has a second edition. We'll see whether or not that bites me in the butt or not. But those are the options for publication date. Now, if you want, you are eligible for a scheduled book release. And this is really important. So again, this is the option of what it has been for years. You click the button, 72 hours, it goes live, usually quicker than that. Now, the schedule my books release is the new item. And this is what has been confusing people, because people have been confused that the difference between scheduling the release and setting up a pre-order. So you'll see here, enter the date you'd like to begin selling your book. Your book's product detail page will be made visible on this date. This isn't a pre-order. It literally spells it out here. So you can pick your date. It has to be within 90 days. So you can't do it too far out, but you could do it within 90 days. What this will do is this will put your book through approval, and it means that your book will automatically launch or go up on sale on Amazon on a specific date. So again, this is not a pre-order. If you're looking to put your book up for pre-order, you still have to do that for a print title. You'll still have to do that through Ingram Spark for print on demand. This simply allows you to schedule your launch. So let's say, why would this be helpful? In my opinion, it's only a little bit helpful, but it could be helpful. So for example, if you wanted to make sure that your launch was going to go off next Tuesday, but you were going to be on vacation, you didn't want to worry about it, you could schedule your book's release, you could set the date, and you could go on and not have to worry about it. It would automatically go up for sale, have your KDP sales page be approved, and go live on Amazon on the date that you wanted to launch. It's not a pre-order though. So it's got some functionality, but it's not quite the exciting update that we were all hoping for. So I think it's really important to know. Of course, they do have a whole new page for scheduling a release that kind of verifies and talks through each of these points. So how it works, it again confirms this is not a pre-order. You can only go 90 days in advance. It does have the eligibility. You do not have to have your book manuscript uploaded right away. So like the ebook pre-order, you can schedule a launch, or you can kind of put that out on there for the release and upload your manuscript, your cover later. So I do think that's interesting. You would have to be careful of that to make sure that you did indeed upload. I know pre-orders have gotten into that same thing with ebooks, where you do a pre-order and you forget to upload, or you don't upload in time, that kind of thing. Again, scheduling your release, it goes through the different steps that we just talked about. And then it's got more information here about, once you do that, what the options are, if you're ready to release earlier, that kind of thing. So it is exciting. It is new. It'll be something that you see coming up in your dashboard, most likely. However, again, I do think it's really important to realize, not a pre-order, which a lot of people were calling it that. That's why I keep mentioning this, is a lot of people were calling it a pre-order, and it's not. So that's new in the dashboard. Not everyone has it yet, but I do expect most people will have it soon, because beta testing, I believe, was wrapped up earlier this week. So it should kind of launch coming up. And that's what's new on KDP.